me see.
And then number 2 is Echo with 100.
Just surprised I've gotten S's on them.
I don't have my S plus on Cassian. But I would.
Get an S plus with Birdio skin. Then you're a real.
All right. Welcome to week 2 of league play. We are going to make sure Gabe's mic is on.
Testing.
It is not. We gotta choose the properties here. Of course, I think maybe this
Testing,
is it.
testing,
There we
testing.
go. All right, so we are again in week 2 of league play. We're just waiting now for our 2 minutes to be able to check in from spectator delay. Gabe, just give us a quick recap of what we're probably going to see in the play of our side and maybe their side.
Yeah, so we are running just our typical 5v5 fight comp, death ball style Oriana ball delivery through the set in the Nunu, piloted by Cupid and Chepe Zone. And the team from Missouri Western State on the red side is running a little bit more of kind of a catch comp, single target CC. They do have the Gnar to disrupt in a 5v5, but we will see how it goes for us. So I know that we've struggled against Udyr before, and Amumu is our big pick. They banned that away, so we'll see what the team comes up with.
What are some keys for Ko to get started off here quickly?
Keys for Ko, I think, are to survive the bottom lane. Lucian Nami is an extremely aggressive combination, even from level 1. Level 2 is where it really starts coming at you. As well, just getting to that mid and late game. I think that we have a comp that scales a little bit better. They're going to play for the early game, so we need to go even or just a little bit behind into the mid game and then transition that into late game.
So those that probably play a lot of League probably already know, but where are we going to see Ko's our characters, and where are we going to be lining up on the map?
Yeah, so we're going to run Set in the top lane. Nunu is going to be our jungler, Oriana in the mid lane, and the bottom lane will be Misfortune and Morgana for Missouri Western. Gnar in the top lane, Udyr in the jungle, Syndra in the mid lane, Lucian and Nami in the bottom.
Awesome. All right, we'll be getting started here in about 20 seconds. Again, we are on a 2-minute stream delay. We are on a 3-minute spectator delay, so overall about a 5-minute delay here. So you may hear some of the players in the background, but hopefully they won't spoil too much. And we'll see if our spectate actually gets us to the end of the game. Last week, it froze right before the end of game 1 and game 2. So let's see if it populates here. We should be getting into the next loading screen, because that's what League likes to do, just a bunch of loading screens. There we go. And we're in. We'll get some stats up here, make it a little bit easier. A little scoreboard and objective timers. And we'll have Gabe switch around some stuff here. Maybe we're in the right. Are we good on this side, all in the correct order?
Yep, looks like everybody
Cool.
joined in game order.
Awesome. Now this week we are we have Blue in. They have the opportunity to get the start here for us. They started game 1 of our game last time. and Missouri Western. They're playing some, from what I heard before, like a player that used to that scrimmed against us. They played us in one spot, but now they're playing a different spot.
Yeah, we scrimmed this team a couple different times. We've had, I believe, a total of 6 games against them, and they've always put on a great fight. And I believe that their AD carry played mid lane and did really well for them. So I'm interested to see what the lane swap brings here.
Well, it's a waiting game, just kind of waiting for the minions to come on down and things to spawn here.
Yeah, it looks
And
like
by
both teams
things,
just
there's names to them. I'll eventually get them by the end of the year.
looks like both teams just opted for a spread out and get your own jungle safely. Nar's going to get a little bit of poke off on the set, and Nunu's just going to take an easy red buff. Really, that range versus melee advantage for the Gnar in the top lane is going to be interesting to watch and see how much the Gnar prioritizes poking the set versus just getting their own minions, gets the golden experience.
Now, we have scrim Missouri Western State University a few times. We've won 4 games. They've won 2 games. They've been close. But the biggest thing is playing without our Amumu, to be honest. And I'm thinking, they can watch this stream and figure it out, but it's no secret that we like the Amumu, so I'm going to have a feeling that it's going to be banned quite a bit going forward if anyone's doing any kind of homework.
Yeah, really, this Amumu has been a giant pick for us. We've been really dependent on it, so it's going to be no surprise that teams are going to ban it away from us, and we're just going to need to learn how to adapt without it.
It's all about that champ pool size that you can play, especially at the at the higher levels. It seems obviously at the pro level they have many characters that they can play, many champs. At the lower level, we're at the silver gold level. Sometimes when you're playing, you tend to just stick with the one character that you like. But when you get into actual, league play, not just your rank play, people are going to be scouting. They're going to figure out what you like to play. And, they get first blood there. The Gnar.
Yeah, like we said, that range versus melee matchup, that Gnar is able to just constantly poke down the set, and then we see a flash for flash. Unfortunately, the flash from the set just didn't come out in time. Here we see a good Guardian proc by the Morgana. So Morgana has taken the Guardian Keystone, which means that if an ally stands close to the Morgana and takes damage, there's a shield that's going to proc and take that instead. Really a great protective Keystone, gives you a little bit more durability from the poke.
That's kind of cool. I like that.
Generally, we see Morgana as a more offensive kind of support option as well. So this one just gives a little bit more utility back to the team instead of just being full damage. Gnar is a champion that's got one of the classic League of Legends 3-hit passives as well. So 3 auto attacks, and then she's going to get a little bit of damage. Morgana Q goes wide. Here's the Lucian putting out a lot of damage. Flash forward by the Nami. Ignite is down. Is the Morgana going to drop? It is. 2 flashes. Auto attacks down. Looks like we have the press the attack proc onto the Lucian, but no return kills for Ko.
Oh, there
Good
we go.
flash forward, ignite, command attack, command protect, command kill the Syndra.
Good response there for Ko in the mid lane. And like you said, it's surviving this bot lane, right? Not feeding in too much.
Right. I think that this bot lane really is going to have the stronger early game, so I don't think that our goal is going to be too proactive. So we see the Nuno go in for a gank, but really there's too big of a minion wave here for the Misfortune to be able to leave it. Misfortune would lose a lot of gold for the gamble of potentially getting a kill. So I like the call for the Misfortune to just stay under turret and get those minions. So we see a really good face breaker by the Set here. Gnar does go mega. Set doesn't have the ultimate yet. Q's come through with lots of auto attacks. Set's got the passive shield. Here comes Gnar in the dive. Q goes wide. Is it going to get not quite enough?
Set going back in. Let's see if he. Nope. I'm gonna go back to the minions there.
Yeah, set up and then I'll be pretty strong.
Again, thanks for tuning in tonight for week 2 against Missouri Western State University, the Griffins. Just a reminder, we are an affiliate now on Twitch, so if you have Amazon Prime, you can link your account, your Twitch and your Amazon Prime account at twitchprime.com, and you actually will get a free sub every month with your Amazon Prime hooking it up with Twitch Prime.
Here comes the Lucian, moving in real aggressively, able to proc that press the attack, but just not quite enough. That threat of the Morgana with the dark binding is really enough to keep anybody from diving that turret, because you're locked there forever. So we see here Morgana's just really trying to help the Misfortune clear out these waves. Backed up under turret. It's just tough to be here right now. Here comes the Gnar again. Uses that ultimate. Gnar chain CC really well. Here comes Set with the face breaker. Set is going to ult back in just to try to get as much as they can. And there's another death for that Set, unfortunately. This Gnar is playing the lane very well. That Gnar needs to get that lane advantage to be able to scale into there. Dark Binding just goes a little bit wide. Here comes the Lucian, super aggressive in. Ko's going to split focus a little bit here, but man, that Nunu just bursted that Nami down.
Now, are we going to be... Oh, we did not get Lucian yet. Although he is in a bit of trouble down there.
Here comes the Nunu. Lucian going to do a good job juking. Nunu E comes down, slowing down a little bit, flash forward. There's a lot of gold onto the Nunu, so let's switch it over to the gold graph here and just see how that's looking for us. So we can see here, because the Nunu was able to get some shutdowns, he's 400 gold up on this Udyr, and that's going to be an important lead for us to transition. Overall in gold, we are down just about 3,000, so this is going to be some ground that we need to make up with good macro play.
Now we are a level ahead in the mid lane.
As we see another fight here by the Orianna, Ignite comes down. Is it going to be enough? Ticking, just enough.
Now is that like a burn or something that she has on there?
Yeah, so Ignite does.
Oh, it's Ignite. Okay.
Ignite is a summoner spell, and that's going to damage with true damage over time. But really, the more important aspect to it is that it reduces healing.
So from the untrained eye, it kind of seems like our mid and our jungle might have to kind of lead us here right now.
Yeah, the mid and jungle are going to be the strong points for us at the moment right now. You know, looking at gold, the Lucian is quite a bit ahead. They're able to farm these minions, you know, more effectively than our Lucian is right now. As we see Set deciding to go in, getting aggressive, but that Gnar is just doing too much damage too quickly. As here we see an unfortunate common occurrence, which is Lucian just pushing these waves in so hard, so quick into our turret. It's making it really hard for this Misfortune to get the consistent CS, having to dodge all these skill shots while farming under turret. Nami Bumble goes wide. Here comes the Orianna on a gank, and Lucian is going to heal to try to get out quicker. We do end up getting a Nami flash. It looks like we don't have the Orianna ultimate available. So, in my opinion, kind of scared of nothing. Great steal by the Nunu here. Just walks up and eats that buff.
There we go.
Here we see another fight. Nami's going to lead with that ultimate. Misfortune is very low. Lucian flashes forward, tanking some turret shots. Gets the Ignite by the Morgana, but the Triumph is going to unfortunately heal him to the point where he's going to live. Good heal by the Nami as well. So here it is kind of split with the winning lanes. You know, where we have a winning lane in the jungle and the mid lane, and they have a winning lane in the top and bottom lane.
Now, is there one lanes that you'd rather win than, or is it just not really?
It's really all about your play style. We're pretty used to playing around the mid lane, and at least with our main roster, we were pretty used to playing around the bottom lane. So this will be interesting to kind of see the Co team find its new identity with this new roster. Here we see a little bit less than a 5,000 gold lead for MWSU on that red side as well. They do have 2 mythic items completed, whereas we don't even have one yet. Nunu's looking for the shutdown on the Gnar. Great Gnar ultimate. Good layering the CC with the W. Nunu's going to try to pursue, but ultimately just able to walk his way out. Looks like a Nami bubble trying to predict some movement, but doesn't come up with a displacement. Lucian with a Gale Force and 100 CS at 12 minutes is a really scary champion right now. So this player is CSing extremely well, farming the minions. So we see another dive coming through. Lucian is just dealing too much damage too fast, playing right on that knife's edge. We're seeing lots of aggression coming out of this bottom lane, but really they're just balancing that aggression versus good aggression versus bad aggression extremely well. Nunu's going to try to come in, get another shutdown. Ultimately an execute from the Lucian, so we weren't able to get any damage down on him, and it turns into a kill, but none of the gold benefited from Co. Here you see the Orianna just looking to come down and try to help that Nunu out on that Lucian, but it's just a little bit late. Ends up having to burn the flash away from the Udyr. So it looks like Co has a pretty decisive farm disadvantage in every lane except for a mid lane, and that's really where more of this gold lead is coming from than kills. Here comes the Nunu trying to snowball down, ends up knocking up the Gnar. Consume. Looks like the turret may live. Looked like it may have been good for Co for a second, but again, that Lucian is just pounding out the damage. Looks like MWSU has decided to swap the Syndra up to the top lane to match the set. The Gnar is just trying to expand that lead to other lanes right now. Here's the Orianna Morgana in the bottom lane, just trying to answer some of the power back from the Lucian.
That's it. Very nice.
Udyr down to just CS here. Very aggressive coming forward. Nami is going to ult, but does not find anyone. Looks like Miss Fortune had to trade Flash for her life there. Worthwhile trade if you ask me. Here comes this Lucian again. So again, they're just pushing in these waves as fast as they can, and then they are going to end up taking the turret. So this gives us a longer lane to farm these minions in. If the Lucian wants to come and do the same thing, he's going to have to push a lot farther up. But at 7 and 2 with 132 farm, he's really content to do that. As we see a shockwave coming down, ends up catching both of them. Lots of damage down onto the Lucian, but here comes the Udyr, going to try to save the Lucian's life. But look at the damage coming out of the Miss Fortune. It turns into a chase for Co. Gonna be a 2 for 0. Co's gonna turn onto the dragon. Udyr is gonna loop behind the pit looking for the blast cone. No blast cone there. The nice thing about having a Nunu on your team is that Q plus Smite just deals so much damage. Good binding, kill onto the Udyr, gets a shutdown as well, and onto the Orianna, which is exactly where we want it for the Co team.
Some pretty positive plays right there by Ko to start to turn this thing around.
Really cutting into that gold lead, and one of the catch-up mechanics that's built into the game is a bounty. So Ko was able to collect some of these bounties on champions, get more than just the 300 base gold, and that's going to help us catch up quicker than if we were to just get the regular kill amount every time. Nunu turns to his camps. Looks like MWSU is grouping up in the mid lane, probably looking for a fight, trying to push this advantage and use this Lucian.
What's our best counter right now to this Lucian?
Not fighting him.
Avoiding him.
I think that our best counter right now is running away and then just waiting for him to detrimentally misstep. So when he comes forward like that, we need to hit that Dark Binding just a little bit sooner. Not sure if it was on cooldown or what the deal is, but we need to CC this Lucian and burst him down as quick as possible whenever he goes in to be aggressive. But for right now, I think that we just need to keep farming more minions and get to the point where we can hurt him. You can see that right there, just the E forward plus 2 auto attacks into the double up passive is dealing half of Morgana's health. He's just running amok on the game right now. Morgana and Nunu just going to do whatever they can to try to hold out some of these waves. As we see the Lucian goes forward, looks like it is going to be a kill for the Nunu. At this point, trading 1 for 1 seems kind of worth it for us. Here's Udyr on another tower dive. Nunu pops the ultimate, but this Electrocute Nami is dealing a lot of damage. It is full tank Udyr, but in this last patch, Udyr did get a buff to his Phoenix stance damage, which is what this Udyr is running. Udyr is one of the unique champions that has a lot of different versatility in how he wants to build. As we see Set here, a little bit not in tune with what's going on with the map state of the game. Good layered CC out of the Gnar. Set tries to ult to get away, but at the end of the day, a 2v1 is not so good for the one.
That champ is real fast.
Udyr is an insanely fast champion.
Jeez.
Nunu rolls a snowball down the lane, just trying to catch the Gnar out. Snowball did expire. Nami burns ult to get this team out. Here's the Lucian. Anytime this Lucian is looking to 1v1 the Misfortune, it's not a good deal for us. Looks like Lucian is opting for a very offensive build. Went for the Gale Force first into the Essence Reaver. Not looking like he's going to build a third item, defensive item. So that could be good news for us if we're able to CC him down and shut him down. Orianna just trying to farm a side wave. Looks like Nami is able to cancel a lot of our balls on this Nunu. MWSU really just doing a dance, trying to move that line of scrimmage for where Ko is safe, further back and further back. 50-50 point would be about at the river, but we're a little scared to even step out past our tier 2 turret for fear of the Lucian bursting us down.
Rightfully so, too. This Lucian's been dominating right now.
Yeah, this Lucian is doing a great job of killing our team. Gnar is stealing away the blue buff. Just looking for anything to CS. Steal, kill. Nunu rolling the ball down the middle, looking for the Lucian. Does not connect. Gale Force sideways. Looks like no follow-up from the team quite yet. Orianna steps up, but not in time. Can't blame him for trying, though. Nami looks to clear out some vision around the middle bottom side river. We do have a dragon coming up here pretty soon. Looks like it just came onto the map. Gnar has teleport as well, so does Set. So this could be a 5v5 pretty quickly, but I'm not sure that we want to be doing that when we're down 9,000 gold and 7 kills. Ko has done a good job. They do have 2 of the dragons so far. It's only going to be Earth dragons spawning for the rest of the game. Ko is behind the pit. Looks like they are thinking about contesting. MWSU bursts it down. Misfortune ultimate over the wall to try to steal, but at the end of the day, the Lucian is the one that secures it.
It's a good try. Almost got that.
I really think it's worth the effort. That Misfortune ult does do a lot of damage really quickly, and it's not like we're going to try to 5v5 here anytime soon anyways. Gnar drops the Rift Herald, takes down the tier 2 mid lane turret for Ko. Is going to get, not going to get a second charge. That Nunu able to take that just in time. Gold lead at 10,000 at 22 minutes. Not exactly what we like to see from the Ko side, but we will see how Ko attempts to come back from this. Anything's possible at this level of play, that's for sure. And here, like we talk about, sometimes when teams get these early leads, they don't exactly know what to do. Looks like MWSU could be in kind of this dilemma, but really they pushed really far for how early the game is. So they don't have too much else to do. It is still too early to take the Baron, and they're pushing these lanes so quickly that they really have to step up pretty far in order to do so. At this point, I really don't think they're too scared of anything, as we see Nunu rolling the snowball, looking to get the Syndra. Not able to connect. Syndra does just knock him away. Good counterplay for sure by the MWSU side. Here's Morgana and Orianna just trying to keep up with the wave clear of the Lucian. 211 creep score at 23 minutes is fantastic. We see Nunu rolling a ball down, gets the speed buff up from the Orianna, not able to connect on anything. Udyr sitting in the bush, looking to burst down the Misfortune. As there's another fight in the top lane, it's Gnar on Set. Set coming through with the haymakers. Gets the Conqueror fully stacked, but not going to be enough. Gnar is going to Gnar out and get some of that health back. Looks like Udyr was unable to pick up the Misfortune, but this Gnar did take down the Set. As we look across the items here, we see 2.5 items for the Gnar to 1 on the Set, 2 items on the Udyr to our 1 on the Nunu. MWSU is just ahead in pretty much every lane at this point, so it's going to be on Ko to kind of turtle it up and take this game as long as we can. Two more minutes until the next Earth Drake spawn, so MWSU is just looking to get these lanes pushed in, maybe take one more back, and then go fight it out there. As Ko tries to catch the Nami out, Nami is going to walk back toward the Lucian and the Udyr. Luckily, Ko sniffs this one out, understands that it's a bait, and doesn't chase too far. MF going to check the bush with a Make It Rain, see the Nami there, and just back off. Here's Ko in behind the Gnar. Showstopper into the wall. Gnar just going to flash over the wall, say hi to the Gromp, and get out. Orianna just trying to push out waves against the Syndra. It looks like the MWSU side is going to come in for a dive. Udyr pops the Chemtech. Shockwave only ends up finding the Lucian, but Lucian just deals so much damage so quickly. Looks like they're just going to get out from their side of the map. Nice little drive-by. Hey, how you doing, gank? Nunu gonna snowball forward, doesn't want that fight. Lucian ult does so much damage, even just from a couple of the bullets. Miss Fortune gonna end up walking, unfortunately, just a little bit too far. Nami with the electrocute proc ends up taking her out. Nami has opted for the Medjai Soul Stealer too, so this is a small ball item. As Dark Binding ends up catching the Syndra, not going to end up tanking the turret though, unfortunately. Ko left to just try to clear these waves, as I would guess Udyr is going to solo the dragon himself. Now we're going to take our second blue buff for the game, unfortunately, and Syndra and Udyr are going to take this dragon down without a contest from Ko. Nami and Lucian able to find the Orianna just a little bit out of place. Ko's in a position where they really can't afford to walk up and do anything, even in their own jungle. Lucian looks to go ahead again. Good snowball, good dark binding. Gonna be a shutdown for the Morgana onto the Lucian, and this is what we're hoping for, is just any time that this Lucian steps up too far and is just biting off a little bit more than he can handle. Fortunately, we're gonna need a couple more of those in order to come back on this one. As we see another tower for MWSU, towers right now are 6-0 for Ko, and it doesn't look like Ko's got any particularly low either. Like we talk about this line of scrimmage of how far up it is for Ko to be safe. That was really pushed back toward our base, so it's going to be hard to contest anything. Dragons, turrets, Barons right now. MWSU looking to start up this Baron. Let's see if anything can happen from the Ko side. Ultimately, MWSU going to push off it. As we see the blue trinket coming through from Ko, so they know that they're not on it. They are going to sniff out the death bush. This is a play that we like to run ourselves on Ko, so thankfully we're not going to walk up into that bush and just get wiped like MWSU would like. As MWSU takes the 5-person blast cone over the wall, going to start up with Baron. Ko, unfortunately, not in a position to contest, so this is going to be a free Baron for MWSU. Here, I expect them to either take 5-person into a lane or do a 5-1 split push. Udyr going to take a nice little Grom snack on his way into the base. Looks like Ko is going to do whatever they can to just back and try to defend the base at this point, but these Baron minions are just incredibly durable and deal so much damage. Ko still waiting for MWSU to pick one lane and push it in. Looks like it is going to be the mid lane here. As Syndra is just going to hang out and make sure that the minions get the Baron buff. Lucian and Nami are going to push in the top side, and that is a very strong push. We're kind of doing a good job of clearing some of these minions, but how long can it hold up? Lucian able to knock this top turret down. Gonna easily take the inhibitor as well, and maybe the Nunu to boot. Looks like Ko's just trying to get a desperation engage here. Udyr into our backline. Discombobulated fight. And it looks like it is going to be a clean wipe, 5-0 for MWSU, and that is going to be the game. Just going to easily walk these minions into the base and take the Nexus. MWSU takes game 1.
All right, thank you, Coach Gabe. He's going to go ahead and talk to his team here before game 2. And we will have a little bit of a break, and we'll come back to you here in just a little bit.
into the activation. Yeah, I guess. Look at.
All right, we're going to be getting started here with the draft. Just want to give a shout out to On Demand for the Prime sub and Henchman for the Tier 1 sub. And Henchman gifting a Tier 1 sub to Death Mob. Appreciate it. And we're getting here started here with the draft. And Griffin Esports have done the same two bands here, Amumu and Anivia. And we've banned Orn and Zach. I'm going to guess our third pick will probably be the Lucian. There it is. And we're going into Missouri West State University's first pick is Nami. We'll have the next two picks here. See what we go with. I appreciate the subs. That might have gotten us up over the point of being able to get another emote. So I will be working on that here soon, this next week. Because I think we're above the 15 points. We go Nunu and Tristana as our first 2 picks. Let's see what Missouri Western does for their second pick here. Samira and their third pick. Then they go Poppy. And we're going our last pick before the last bands here. And just a reminder, this is a best of 3, so if Co wants to keep this going, they're going to need the Game 2 win to force a Game 3. And we go with TK over here. And we're going to go with our ban. We'll ban 1, I believe they'll ban 2, and then we'll do our last ban. We ban Gnar. We do not want to see Gnar in that top lane like we did last time. They ban Orianna. Oh yeah, it goes back and forth those last. So now we're going to get our last ban here. We're ban Aurelia. And they ban Leona. We're going Xerath. That's our 4th pick. See what they decide to do here for their 4th pick. Just let's see, they go with I don't even know how to pronounce that, to be honest. Ilio, maybe? Ilo? I don't know. Gabe can let me know when he gets back over here after the draft. But just a reminder, see, coming up Monday, we will have, I think we're going to try to stream Rainbow Six. Where they go Nico with their last pick. Smash has the week off. They get a bye. Our 2-0 Smash team has a bye in week 3. So we're going to look at getting our Rainbow Six team in there. They're 1-1 on the season. If we're the home team, I know we will be able to because there's only one spectate spot. And I know one of our students, Max Baker, he's Ezreal is our last pick. He plays Rainbow Six, and so he's thinking about possibly casting that for us. So we'll see. All right, we are going to be getting into the picks in the client here real soon. So we got, Rainbow Six possibly, if we can, hopefully on Monday. Tuesday is a Valorant. Is it Tuesday Valorant? Yeah. And NBA 2K, I think. And I think we're going to be, I think we're going to stream our Valorant team again. Kind of depends here. Alright, we are done with that. We can bring over this here. We're going to do the in-game client picks and bans. And then we'll be on to game number 2. Yeah, so it's Valorant or NBA 2K. We'll have to take a look at opponents and whatnot, what we're going to decide to do there for a stream. Wednesday will be Rocket League. And then because we've done Rocket League, we've done Overwatch, so we're going back to Rocket League for this next week. And then that's Wednesday. Then Thursday is Madden, then Saturday is League again. So. Eloy. Is that how it's pronounced, Nushman? Sorry, we're on like a 2-minute delay, so I don't see your guys' comments for a little bit, but I appreciate it. Okay. All right, we're getting here in the picks. Once these picks are in here, Coach Gabe will come back over here for the stream as he's giving some last-minute instructions to his team here on how to attack this. Oh, we are going to re-pick here. Okay. Or maybe not. Looks like, I don't know if we crashed or something, but we'll see what happens here. All right, here we go. All right, so, yeah, so we got a good week coming up here, week number 3. Look for, I'm gonna try to get out a tweet of updated records for our teams. I think so far our Smash team currently, unless and League comes back here with a reverse sweep here, the last 2 games. Is our undefeated team so far. But yeah, we'll be back here in just a few minutes.
Testing. Hey, hey. All right, we are on our delay before we can get the game underway here. I'm going to talk a little bit about the team comps and what each team is looking to do. So we got the Amumu band away from us, which is never what we want to see, but we are going with a poke bot lane. We're putting Magieri on a very comfortable pick, pretty much a 0th1 trait before we came into the season. So getting him over to that comfort as well. We're going to something a little bit tankier in the top lane with the Tahm Kench. Looks like the Tahm Kench is going to be into the Illaoi, and that is an Illaoi player on the Tahm Kench, so hopefully they are going to know all the tips and tricks to staying alive against the Illaoi. Samira is going to be the pick for the MWSU AD carry, and that is a very aggressive pick, so look to see them trying to go in using the Inferno trigger to deal all kinds of damage to the co side. We are running 2 AD carries on the side of Co. Tristana is a great flex pick that we love to use both in the middle and the bottom lane. Really strong champion in the meta right now. Really great at taking turrets, taking those objectives quickly, and you love to see anytime you can get a reset and do the pogo stick W. Nunu and Willump is going to be the comfort pick for the jungle as well. We're looking into Poppy, which was a ban for us in game 1. Poppy is a little bit more of a counter to something like the Amumu with the bandage toss, and then Poppy puts up the W to ground the Amumu. So not too concerned about that, at least from champion select. It's going to be the Neeko that has my attention here. Looks like Neeko is going to be the hard initiation from the MWSU squad, putting on that ultimate and charging in to hopefully root up a lot of our backline. But we do have 2 extremely beefy champions in the Nunu and the Tahm Kench that can hopefully secure our front line and keep our carries alive. Just another 15 seconds and we're going to be in the load screen here. Teemo is not a great pick, at least not for us. We don't have any Teemo mains, so let's practice our Teemo and try to get that back in meta, huh? And we're off for game 2. We do play in a best of 3 series. We play in a best of 3 series, so we need to win this one in order to force a game 3. Looks like both teams are just going to spread out and wait for the invade. Neither team is going to get cheeky here. Neeko passive is going to say that she's Poppy, but that is in fact a Neeko now. She's Nami. Both teams just going to look to clear out their respective buffs. Not get a little too frisky on level 1. Across the board, there is going to be no range versus melee advantage in any lane, so we are going to have double melee top, double ranged middle, and 4 ranged champions in the bottom lane. So hopefully no one's going to get too bullied out in the lane phase. Nunu secures blue. Poppy going to secure red just a little bit after that. Tristana's going to get the push as she does. That passive on Explosive Charge for Tristana in the mid lane is going to passively push that lane away. So Tristana's going to look to both bounce the wave off and keep constant lane pressure. Here we see the Nami for Zepho is going to be a comfort pick. Still opting for the Electrocute, which is something you see partnered with the Lucian more often, but we'll see how the Samira ends up proccing it as well. As Ko is going to elect to get pushed in. Still level 1 for the Ko side, just hits level 2. Looking to get some healthy poke off on the Samira and the Nami. Looks like Samira's doing everything she can to push in like a mad lad. Just trying to shove in waves and get that lane pressure that they had in game 1 as well. Poppy ends up getting very low in their camps. The MWSU side on blue is going to try to steal this Scuttle Crab away. Gets there a little bit early, comes back to lane. Scuttle Crab does spawn at 3:15, so it looks like they got there about 5 seconds early. Tahm Kench with a pretty healthy push up here in top. Poppy's coming in to gank. Looks like there's a fight breaking out in the bottom lane as well. Lots of poke onto the Nami. Ezreal, Arcane shifts forward. Here comes the Samira. Ends up flashing away. Conqueror fully procced. Zirq goes a little bit wide. Ezreal ends up missing 2 skill shots. No kills so far, but an extremely low Samira. Flash for flash in the bottom lane. Ezreal for Samira. Looks like no kills in the top lane either as Tahm Kench teleports back. Cupid, as an Illaoi player, is understanding the importance of clearing away those tentacles from Illaoi. Lots of damage coming out from him if you're not choosing to clear them away like you should be. Looks like a big CS advantage for MWSU in the top lane, Illaoi over Tahm Kench, but we've got our own CS lead in the bottom lane, Ezreal over Samira. See if the Samira can get back to the wave in order to catch some of these minions that are crashing into the turret. Poppy went down to try to hold a little bit. Tahm Kench is going to end up pushing a wave back toward Illaoi, so that lead is going to grow back for the Illaoi after Tahm Kench makes a little bit of ground up on it. First dragon has spawned onto the map. It is going to be an ocean dragon, so bonus health regeneration. Both squads a little bit early to be looking to take a dragon. Usually you want to see something happen in the bottom lane before you start that dragon up.
Now we're about 5 minutes into the game, and it seems like Ko has done a little bit better job of either knowing when to pick fights or being a little bit slower of not taking fights that they shouldn't.
Yeah, we've seen a gank not end up panning out in the top lane. We saw a pretty clean skirmish in the bottom lane out of both sides and ended up with no kills. So overall, I'm definitely not upset at the fact that we haven't given away any kills. As we see Illaoi going in on the Tahm Kench. Tahm Kench is going to look to waddle his way out of this lane. Here's Poppy going in on the Nunu. Nunu does have a great level 3 fight, so let's see what's going to happen. Tristana is roaming over. Looks like Poppy doesn't even mind. Tristana going to hop in. No kills so far. Explosive charge on. Gets the stun away. Flashes away. First blood for Tristana, but it's traded back with a kill. Nico for Nunu. Nami is going to blast Konar Ezreal away. Says, get away from me. Little kind of goofy interaction that you don't see every day. Tahm Kench did elect for the boots first, trying to just dodge, especially that Illaoi E.
Now, I did get to play Ezreal in a ARAM, and he's a fun character. I never really played him much, but his ability to like kind of what was it called? His I think it's E, his teleport thing.
Yeah, Arcane Shift is a lot like having a second flash, which is pretty nice.
Plus, it auto If you're close to a champ, it auto shoots them too, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a great way to proc his W as well. If you can get your W on a champion and E at them, it's a pretty guaranteed hefty chunk of damage there. It just kind of puts you in a vulnerable situation, and that's
And he's
that's-
got good range too. Like
he's got great range.
now his, I think this is W. That puts that little ring on him,
Yep, puts a
So
mark
if-
on, and then you
and
gotta
if you
detonate
hit
it.
him, it does more damage, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Detonates it, and then so it actually doesn't do any damage itself when you first put it on, but it does get consumed when you hit another ability or auto attack.
Okay.
Good binding from the Nico. Tristana gonna try to answer back with an explosive charge. Gets 2 shots on it, so it is gonna do decent damage, and it looks like the health's about even. Here we see the kill bot lane is running pretty low on mana. Ezreal is unable to get tier so far, so they're gonna try to take him back in the bush. Let's see if MWSU tries to cancel that. Looks like they both are gonna get it back. Nico is pinging that the Tristana is missing. Tristana is looking for the Poppy in our own jungle. Looks like nothing gonna come of it. Poppy starts up the Rift Herald as the top and middle lanes for MWSU are pushing in. So we see the Tristana looking to go aggressive, ends up getting popped by that Nico in the middle lane.
They do get that Rift Herald.
It is going to be a Rift Herald for MWSU. Looks like Pitulio just thought that he had a little bit more damage than he did. Might have got a little choked up on which Nico was the real one and which one was the W Nico. Tom Kench, big shield coming out, just trying to stay alive, slowed by that tentacle, and this is going to be a dead Tom Kench. Nunu just going to be a little bit late on the rotation. We have seen Pitulio be very good and effective on this Tristana, so I don't quite blame him for going in, but just underestimated the damage of the Nico a little bit. Here we see Samira coming in, looking to get a Blade Whirl off. Inferno trigger, flashes. True Shot Barrage comes through. Samira is extremely low. Are we going to see a Xerath? Oh, Xerath is level 5, so not quite going to have that to threaten yet. As Nami does a ton of healing for the Samira, just getting almost back up to half.
What does his ult do?
So Xerath's ult turns him into a siege cannon from StarCraft, and he shoots out 3 to 5 little circular-shaped damage balls, and,
Okay.
and they do a lot of damage, and they have a huge range. Here we see a little scrum from the Nunu into the Poppy. Good damage initially coming out of the Nunu. Here comes the Tristana on the roam. Nunu gonna pop the ult, but immediately get canceled. Here comes the explosive charge. Damage from the Poppy. Good passive shield. Flashes forward. Now we've got a Tristana versus Nico 1v1, and Nico is going to proc the Electrocute largely on auto attacks. It's going to be a 1-for-0 in the favor of MWSU. Good poke by the Xerath, but not quite going to be enough to make a difference. Samira does have a full mana bar compared to our Ezreal, which is pretty low. Here we see the Flash in. Flash E and that Samira is dealing with a lot of burst damage. Tom Kench going to end up tanking quite a bit of the E damage. Nami on point with the bubbles again, throws the ultimate, catches the Xerath. Nunu walking in, able to burst down the Nami with the return kill. Here's the Samira, ulting, autoing, gets the kill. True Shot Barrage is canceled. Good play by the Xerath in order to answer back on the Samira. Down 3 kills, but only down about 3,000 gold. Better position than we were at 11 minutes last game.
Definitely. It's hopefully just, psychologically that you're thinking as on the co-side, it's like, hey, we're still in this, we're not that far behind, and we just stay in the game here. They do take the first dragon. That ocean dragon.
Yeah, MWSU secures the Ocean Dragon here. Next one is going to be an Infernal, which is a big one to fight over. Really effective for a lot of them. Ezreal Arcane shifts forward. Poppy going to charge. Nunu is here. Gets the knock-up just on the edge of it. Flashing forward. Here comes the Samira. Lots of damage out, but Samira's put herself in a vulnerable situation. Are we going to not able to pick up the Samira on the return. It's going to be a 1-for-1 from MWSU at this point, but Poppy is posturing like she wants to go back in. Directed Cam wants to show us top lane, but I think that the people want to see bot lane.
I don't think Directed Cam knows what it wants.
Directed Cam wants to see the ward clear, and the ward clear for Nico. Thank you, Directed Cam, for the excellent point of view. Poppy pops the Rift Herald, gonna walk it up, get a lot of gold back for MWSU on the Samira and on the Poppy. Looks like Nami wasn't in range to take the plates, which could end up being good. Putting more gold in your carry's pocket is always a good idea. Biggest snowball ever catches the Samira, and the Samira's aggressive positioning has put her in harm's way. Poppy misses the ultimate, not able to take it. Xerath flashes back, but still ends up dying. Tristana is pinging, I'm coming, I'm coming, I'm coming. Fight the Poppy. Biggest snowball ever is able to catch the Poppy. Explosive charge, not quite enough. Kill for the Ezreal onto the Poppy. And this has been the longest bottom lane fight ever. Nami ends up getting the kill on what I thought was going to be the Pop Blossom from Nico. Overall, I've completely lost track of how many kills we've seen in this bottom lane. I think the Nunu died twice. Died, came back, went to right down lane, and then died again. So
that was crazy.
There's a chance it could be a more than 5 for something. Tahm Kench gonna fight the Alawi, pops the shield, taking a lot of damage. Unfortunately, is gonna be a 1-for-0 and just a straight up 1v1 of the Alawi. Here's that Xerath ult that we talk about. Samira is gonna heal to get out. Oh, that's not even the half of the range.
How far can he shoot it?
I think he can shoot it at about 2 turrets length, if not more.
Jeez.
It's pretty ridiculous.
Is it further than the Jhin ult?
It's probably about the same.
Okay.
Big gold lead for MWSU here, but 3 of the players are in bonus gold. 350 gold bounty for Alawi, 150 for Poppy, and 300 for the Nico. So look for Ko to try to cash in on some of these bounties as we see Xerath poking out the Samira, getting good damage off, but Samira's got tons of healing with the shield bow already. Poppy walks right up and takes that blue buff from the Nunu, says, "Excuse me, I hope you didn't want this." As we see a fight breaking out, but we are getting an Alawi TP in, so Poppy able to interrupt the Tahm Kench W. Looks like we are getting a Tristana roam up, trying to do whatever she can. Tahm Kench ends up flashing away. Explosive charge down, 3 hits, not going to be enough. Samira looking to go aggressive again. Good Nami wave. Shield bow popped by the Samira, but overall, both sides are just going to walk away. MWSU is just shoving waves into, trying to deny as much CS as they can while Ko has to take it back. Xerath going to try to stay, clear out the wave as much as he can while Ezreal takes the back. Here we see Ko taking another deficit in turrets, 2-0. MWSU has the only 2 turrets on the map. So we see Nunu again spending lots of time down here. Not quite going to make anything happen yet, as it looks like Tahm Kench is going to potentially get caught by the Alawi. E forward by Alawi, just going to take it and hope it pokes out the Tahm Kench to the point where he needs to leave. Another dragon spawning in about 5 seconds. It's going to be the Infernal, so a pretty high priority dragon for both squads. Nami taking him back. Poppy's probably going to go over to the dragon here and clear out a little bit of vision as she is going to run into the Nunu. Nunu looking to gank the mid lane, going to hopefully cash in on some of this bounty. Nico does have flash available. Flash is forward. Tristana, autos, shut down. Great cash in by Pitulio on the Tristana here. Look for Ko to move this into the dragon as we see another fight breaking out. Directed camera, please. I don't want to watch the top lane. I want to watch the action.
Big dragon.
Good dragon for Ko. Good pick on the mid laner. Ends up blowing the flash as well, so really clean play by Ko here. Not letting the gold lead phase them.
We are going to lose, though, our second turret up top, it looks like.
We are going to lose the second turret, but really that one is kind of an acceptable loss for us because hopefully now that Tahm Kench can farm out those minions a little bit closer, as we see bottom turret is just hanging on by nothing but the pure will to live at this point. Tristana looking to catch the Poppy out in the jungle. Ends up getting stunned up on that wall, and great W from the Poppy. Look at the burst damage coming out of a tank.
Jeez. Well, I've heard it multiple times that League of Tanks.
League of Tanks. As we see the Poppy just making quick work of the Ezreal as well. Going to take the Xerath on a nice little snack as well in addition to that one. And take the turret, pop the Rift Herald, just massacring in the bot lane. Going to look to take a second turret out this one as Ko's really lost a lot. MWUSU pushing all the way to Inhibitor already. This True Shot Barrage comes through just to try to deter them a little bit. They are on 2 of our Inhibitor turrets at once, and this one is kind of getting blown open pretty quick at this point by MWSU. MWSU wisely not overstaying, just going to take the vision that they can, drop some words on their way out, and go back to farming out some of these lanes.
Now, granted, the Baron is at 20 minutes, right?
Correct.
And Missouri Western's up 6 turrets to nothing, and they're on the verge of pushing, into the final stage. Would you take that Baron right at that 20 minutes if you're Missouri?
So whenever you have a lead like this, you want to put your opponents in a lose-lose situation. And so what I would do is I would send my Alawi to the bottom lane and maybe my Neeko to the middle lane, and then start up the Baron with my Poppy, Nami, and Samira. The reason you do this is because you want to put Ko in a lose-lose situation where they have to decide either we can test the Baron or we lose our Inhibitor in the bot lane. Ko is most likely going to choose to go try to take the Alawi off of the Inhibitor in the bottom lane, and then you get a Baron for free. You see a great catch on the Xerath here. Tristana got a W forward, but does not have any support from the team and gets bursted down extremely quickly. Samira might as well just put the ultimate somewhere, so she puts it on our chickens. Looks like MWSU is turning their focus to the Baron at this point. And again, my play would be to send the Alawi to the bottom lane to split push this. But I don't think Ko has any right to be contesting this with 2 other big damage dealers down. Going to be a reset and pushing out lanes for MWSU. You have to believe that this Baron is going to turn into at least 1 Inhibitor, if not 2, and potentially the game. Xerath doing what he can to just clear out a little bit of vision. Take the 30 gold where you can find it. Poppy with Deadman's Blade is just flying all over the map, taking a bunch of Nunu's camps. Amassed about a 40 CS lead in the jungle. At this point, MWSU really hasn't done too much with their Baron, but I would look to see them pushing a lane here coming up soon using their teleport advantage. Tristana ends up failing the jump over the wall, trying to gank the Neeko. It's a good thing no one was watching. Nami going to try to bubble the Nunu. Does not end up catching anybody's ear. It's just going to get the poke down that he can. Nunu rolls a snowball in for a little bit. Nami's wave comes through. Wave into bubble, lifts up the Nunu. Samira into the backline. Inferno trigger, blowing up the backline. Flashes forward, tries to get the Ezreal. Does not. Gets the triple kill. Shut down by the Ezreal, but Poppy's there to clean up. So we see Tahm Kench and Alawi in a 1v1. Unfortunately, going to go the way of Alawi. Is going to be a game for MWSU. They're going to take a 2-0 series lead, and this one is going to be all she wrote.
All right. Thank you, Coach Gabe, for joining me here on our stream. We will just watch the last minute here, and then I'll take you to our outro here. They do take the next dragon.
Seems like you guys are a lot less stressed after that one than the first one, too. There's a lot to work on. We got a lot to learn.
And Missouri Western making a push here for the Nexus. The Nexus is the only thing left up here. And they'll take the Nexus here, and that will be the end of game 2. All right. Again, thank you for coming out for our League of Legends game. Missouri Western State University does take it 2-0 this week. Co goes now 1-1 into week 3. And we will be back here next Saturday, probably 2 p.m. unless the other team needs to reschedule, but that will be the plan. Again, thank you for everyone that came out. Again, thank you for the subs. I appreciate it. We did get over our 15 subs, so we should have a spot for a new emote. So I'll be working on that. I think it's going to be actually our Charlie Cohawk emote. So look forward to that for our subs. And again, thanks for coming out, and we'll see you hopefully on